there's any purring or meowing, I recently, my family cat has moved into our apartment. So if you see movement or purring or anything of that sort, that's JoJo. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Alexa. Today I thought I would share with you my goals and manifestations for 2020. And not only my goals and manifestations, but kind of like my process. And if you want to do it yourself, like, feel free, because this was really helpful for me. I highly recommend. Ignore my voice a little, it's a little bit sick still. Unfortunately, I ended 2019 with extreme sickness and illness, and that's why I'm still a little bit flushed even. On a side note, I also ended 2019 by getting engaged. I got engaged to my boyfriend Sean. He has made an appearance in several videos. I can link them down below in the description if you want to see any of those videos, because they're all pretty funny. And if you tune in next week, we will probably be doing a engagement story sort of video, and I thought it'd be fun. I don't know. But for today, we are going to be sharing my 2020 goals, resolutions, manifestations, all of those things. I'm also like super comfy. I'm wearing a really comfy sweater, wearing cabin socks. Maybe that's why I'm so warm. The cabin socks are a little bit toasty. And I'm just sitting here with my little kitty, sharing my goals. Before we even start, I thought I'd just share with you, I got a new planner that I think I'm gonna absolutely love. I have not had a planner since I finished college in May, but I've tried out a couple and couldn't stick with them, didn't really like them. But then I saw this one. This is the Day Designer by, who's it by even? By Day Designer, I think even? Yep, Day Designer by Day Designer. Basically, it's a daily and monthly planner. I've never had a daily planner before, so I'm really excited to try it. It's super thick, like, she thick. A full page is a full day, and then the next page, this is the weekend, so it's a little bit different, but normally it's another full day. Basically, I thought it'd be nice to plan out my schedule and have to-do lists and stuff like that. I'm hoping that I really like this, but we will see. I just thought I'd show you that before we even got started with the goals and manifestations. So I decided to get a new notebook for 2020 because it's like starting over and we all love new things, and I feel like it just made me happy. So I actually got this from Marshall's. I was shopping at Marshall's and saw it. It's a little green notebook. It's kind of leathery and soft, and it says, "It is your light that lights the world," and then it just has the little hand. But I just thought it was kind of cute, and I like notebooks that have like texture to them, so I think it'll be a good one. But then right on the first page, I wrote at the top, my goals 2020, and we're just gonna get into it. If you watched my video that I just put out a couple weeks ago about reviewing my goals from 2019, you might have saw my original 2019 goals, and I did it a lot different this time. I've been listening to so many podcasts in 2019, and a lot of my podcasters had different ways of doing their 2020 goals. So I actually kind of stole this version from a podcaster slash YouTuber slash influencer. Her name is Tori DeSimone, and I kind of stole how she did it because I really liked it, because it kind of lets you manifest it before you actually set it, if that makes sense. You have a base sentence, and the base sentence is, "When I envision my best or highest self, I am blank." So I only used 8 of the 10 that she used, and so basically you write out the sentence and then you bullet point underneath all of the ideas you have of how you're going to do this in the future, not necessarily in 2020 even, just like if you were your best and most perfect self, this is how you do it. So I'll just kind of go through mine for you because I know I definitely will want to look back at this someday, so we'll just go through them. Before I actually get into it, I just want to say, like, it's important that I wrote envision and practice, because envisioning is something that's like not tangible. So if I was just saying I envision my highest self, blah 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 blah, that is just kind of like not tangible. But when you say I envision and practice my highest self ... I think it makes it a lot more like tangible. Okay, so for the first prompt, it is when I envision and practice my highest self, I am eating ... These are all of my bullet points, just ideas. If you're going to be doing the same thing, I totally recommend it. When I envision and practice my highest self, I am eating healthy foods and being fully satisfied by them. My highest self is super athletic and super healthy. Like, I envision myself eating healthy dinners that I make, doing meal prep, doing things like that. And I do eat pretty healthy right now, but things that my highest self eats healthy all the time. And I'm not all the time. When I envision and practice my highest self, I'm eating mostly vegan because I've been vegan for the past month and I have struggled, and I'm not going to say failed because I'm giving myself grace. But I would say that I could use some improvement because I definitely struggle with like cheese. Everything else I'm fine, but dang cheese, like what the heck? For some reason, when I saw this prompt, I just thought fresh fruit. I don't know why. I always like envision myself waking up in the morning and just having like a nice bowl of like melons and watermelon and grapes and just really fresh like strawberries and blueberries. I don't know why. I don't eat a lot of fruit right now. And I know it's not really the season, it's January, but I just envision myself eating a lot of fruit and I don't do that right now. So I don't know. And last but not least, when I envision and practice my highest self, I am eating oatmeal and bananas for breakfast. I tell you guys, when I start my day with oatmeal and bananas and like a pinch of cinnamon, a pinch of sugar, I have a good day like every time I do that. Okay, so for the next prompt, it is when I envision and practice my highest self, I am drinking ... I'm drinking 2 full purple water bottles a day. So I have this purple water bottle that is exactly 40 ounces of water. And if I'm drinking 2 of those a day, that means I'm killing it. Like, I think my highest self would be very hydrated. I also think I would be drinking 2 or less coffees a day. When I am tired, I will drink coffee nonstop, like as many cups as I want, and I need to start cutting myself off because I get the jitters like so bad. When I envision and practice my highest self, I am drinking a nightly tea before bed. This is something else that I have been doing every once in a while, but I find that I sleep so much better when I have just like a bedtime tea, and I just see myself doing that more often. So I really want to start like implementing that in my night routine. I see myself drinking not a lot of alcohol, no more than 1 to 2 drinks a week. And honestly, I don't drink a lot of alcohol right now as it is. I feel like when I'm drinking less, I just feel like more like vibrant. So I guess I just envision myself like having a good time, but not like a long time.
I'm here for a good time, not a long time, you know.
And last but not least, I do not want to drink soda anymore. I am a huge Mountain Dew, Sprite advocate, and I just want to stop drinking that. It's mostly like sugar, and it's not really that good for you. It doesn't even taste that good if you think about it. So I just wrote no soda except for special occasions and holidays, which even on special occasions and holidays, I don't know that it's necessary. Alright, the next prompt is when I envision and practice my best self or my highest self, I am doing. This one is the longest for me because this has so many different avenues you could go down. So I wrote, I am completing 30 days of yoga with Adrienne. If you've never heard of Adrienne, she does this yoga challenge where she does, for the first 30 days of the year, she does this challenge where she does yoga every day and she invites everyone to come with her. And I've always wanted to do it like on time. So this year in 2020, I'm gonna actually complete it. Like, no joke, every day I'm doing it. I don't care if I'm tired, I'm doing it. So today's gonna be my first day, so that's gonna be interesting. But I just want to actually complete it and say that I've completed it, which is something I haven't been able to say in past years. Next, I wrote wearing my Apple Watch every day. Right now, I'm at like 1 to 2 times a week I actually wear my Apple Watch, and then I forget like every day. So from now on, it's gonna be in my morning routine, literally written down, put on Apple Watch. I am working out at least 5 times a week, and I wrote 4 to 5 actually, but I would like it to be 5 times a week, and at least for 20 minutes. It doesn't have to be more than that. If it's a light workout, I don't care. But I've recently gotten a gym membership, and I actually, right before I got really sick, I actually had been pretty consistent in going to the gym for the first time since my college days. And it was actually like, I started feeling pretty good. I got really sore at one point. I literally walked like a duck. It was casual. I had fun, so I really wanted to start getting fit and working out and keep my body strong. Next, I would like to go on a 20 to 30 minute outdoor walk at least once a week. I think we as humans forget, because like of our society, I guess, I think we forget that we were actually like once animals. Like, we need nature. We don't need these fluorescent lights on us all the time, especially in the winter. I live up north and it gets so freaking cold outside. If you can't see the window, there's like a ton of snow out there. And I don't want to go outside all the time, but I'm making it one of like literally my goals is to walk outside for at least 20 minutes, at least once a week, and just like enjoy nature. I swear it'll help. Next, I wrote, when I envision and practice my best/highest self, I am doing cleaning. So I wrote a bunch of bullets under cleaning. I am deep cleaning at least once per week. I'm doing 5 minutes of nightly tidy up as like part of my night routine. And then I want that, like, when you walk inside of your house and you just like smell home and it smells like candles and like the best smell ever, I guess. That's what I want. I want to walk in and be like, ah. And then last but not least, under cleaning, I wrote, I want to wash my bedding at least once per month. Right now, I just wash it kind of whenever I feel like it, I guess. I don't know that I really have a schedule, but I kind of want to like have it like scheduled out, like at this time of the month, every month, just washing it, so that way I know at least I've washed it once per month. And if I need to wash it more, whatever. And then next I wrote career, and I wrote, is my best self at work, no lagging, no complaining, no tiredness. Because Lord knows when I get tired, I get cranky and I don't care where I'm at. I just am like, I'm done. But I would like to be more of like my best self at work, I guess. When I'm at work, I want to be presenting my best foot forward. I want to be, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like everybody wants this. Next, I wrote, dress for the job I wish I had. And I can do that by laying out my clothes the night before. I get super tired in the morning and I don't want to get ready. But I'm making it like a goal of mine to start dressing for the job I wish I had. You know what I mean? Like, I want to start dressing semi-decent for work and like maybe putting on a little bit of makeup. Not a lot. Just like a little bit, so I don't look like a zombie. Also, I wrote gets to work 15 minutes early. Right now it's about 5 minutes early and it's like cutting it real close. I want to save up my PTO instead of using it all. I want to hustle and keep myself busy at all times, always finding something to do even when there's nothing to do. And then I wrote attempts to find a work-life balance. And then next I wrote my side hustle, aka YouTube. I wrote I want to grow my channel in an organic way. So I want to see some real growth this year, and I'm doing that by hopefully this perfect year kind of scenario is going to be something that will really help me with this, because I think it gives me a direction that I'm moving in. I want to start looking more presentable when I'm filming, and not necessarily when it's not applicable. Like if I'm filming like an exercise routine or something, I'm not going to be wearing a lot of makeup because I don't wear makeup when I exercise normally. Well, I film and release videos that are more focused on quality rather than putting a video out just to put a video out. And this is something I think I fell victim to a lot in 2019, and something that I really want to work on in 2020. I want to make sure that I'm putting out quality videos, stand behind, that I love the idea for, that I'm passionate about, and that wasn't something that was just rushed to get a video out, or a trend that I'm not really interested in. I think 2019 was a lot of dabbling around in so many different genres, whereas 2020 I want to stay like in the zone that I want to be in, if that makes sense. I wrote posts at least one time per week, and then in parentheses, right now it's Saturdays, so I wrote Saturdays, and puts out extra videos here and there. So for this, as you guys know, I'm doing every Saturday is a video that will be coming out, but I would also like to have like extra videos, like maybe every other Wednesday or every other Thursday, or just kind of whenever I feel like it. And I think that'll give me more room to put out videos that I feel really like passionate about and want to put out there, and work on like little projects, I guess. I wrote has a DSLR camera, and this is something that I will be working towards in the next couple years probably. I'm not really looking to get one right now this moment, but hopefully soon. I think the camera that I have is great, and it's nice and small, and it takes excellent video. It like has really good quality, but I would love to get a camera that I can also take pictures with that are really, really nice pictures, and I would love to do that as well. I wrote uses Final Cut Pro to edit videos. That is a video editing software. Right now I'm using iMovie that just came with my Apple laptop, and it's sufficient, but I want to kind of like up my game a little bit. So I want to start using Final Cut Pro. Films and edits videos ahead of time instead of last minute. I think this just goes along with the quality over quantity thing. If I plan ahead, then it will be a lot easier for me to put out videos. Alright, the next prompt is when I envision and practice my best self, I am reading. So I wrote, I am reading every day. I am reading about 24 books a year. So this year I actually ended up reading about 20-ish, and I will attribute that to mostly school. I didn't read a lot in school. I actually read way more this year than I have in the past 4 years of college, because there's just so much going on. It's hard to find time to read. But now that I'm out of college, I think this is a very attainable goal. Right now I'm reading 3 books at once, and I would love to post more reading related content as well on this channel, because I'm a reading nerd. I wrote both fiction and nonfiction. I wrote instead of mindless scrolling. The worst thing ever is when you're scrolling and then it's been like 45 minutes and you realize you were not productive at all. And then last but not least, I wrote brings a book with me places. For this one, it's more so just I want to start bringing a book with me when I'm going to the doctor. That way, if I'm in the waiting room, I have something to read. Stuff like that. Just like situations where, once again, I would normally be mindlessly scrolling. I'd rather have a good book to read instead. The next one is when I envision and practice my best self, I am sleeping. And I'm sleeping 7 hours a night at least. That is something I want to start prioritizing, because when I start getting less sleep than that, then I start losing it. I'm somebody who has a morning routine and a night routine that I use every single day. This is something that I have struggled with, and something that I think I'm finally going to master in 2020. I think 2020 is going to be the year of routines. I can feel it. It's happening. I'm manifesting it in the universe. I'm envisioning it so hardcore. I'm going to write it down. I haven't figured out exactly what my morning routine or night routine are going to be yet, but I think that these things that I wrote down are going to guide it like very, very well. I wrote plans out the next day every day and to-do list before bed. And this is the planner that I showed you at the beginning of this episode. I will be using that to help plan out my day every single day. The night before, just plan out my day, write down all the things that I know I need to do, and then goes to bed. Make sense? I wrote gets up on first alarm, and then I wrote 5-second rule. So I have this really bad snooze habit, like the actual worst snooze habit. I bought an alarm clock. I don't know if you can see it. I don't think you can see it. But I've recently bought an alarm clock, and that has really helped me with getting out of bed. but it still takes me like 4 snoozes to actually get out of bed. So I want to start waking up on the first alarm, because every time I fall back asleep after the snooze, it's so much harder to get up. So I want to start waking up on the first alarm no matter what, and using the 5-second rule. Basically, hear the alarm, turn it off, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get out of bed. That's what I mean by 5-second rule. Next, I wrote wakes up when my body naturally does. I listened to Rachel Hollis's Rise podcast, I believe that's what it's called, and she was talking about her morning routine, and she said let's say she wakes up at 5 a.m. every day. She has a 2-hour grace period where if she wakes up at 3:30, she's up for the day, and that's it. It doesn't matter if you wake up within that 2-hour period, your body wants to be awake. So if you go back to sleep, you won't get to get another full sleep cycle in order to wake up feeling refreshed. So if your body wakes up 2 hours before you're supposed to get up, just get up, start your day, and yay, you have extra time to accomplish your goals in the morning. So you should be excited about that. All right, the next prompt: when I envision and practice my best self, I am listening. And I just basically made a list. I'm listening to others, to Sean, to the complete story without interrupting. That's a really bad habit I have. Does not need to share or state my own opinion in things. Sometimes I'll walk into a conversation, I don't know if this happens to other people, but I'll walk into a conversation and let's say it's something I've been through before, like a breakup or something, I don't know, a breakup, and somebody's stating their own opinion, and instead of just like listening and hearing what they have to say, I feel like, I don't know why, I feel this like urge to like be like, oh, when I went through a breakup that was similar to this is what I did and this worked really well, and I feel like the need to insert it. And sometimes I feel like it would just be better if I just listened and like heard them and like appreciated what they had to say. If they wanted my advice, they'd ask for it, honestly. Like, so I think I just need to be a better listener, like just a better listener in general, because I honestly am terrible and I need to get better. And then I also wrote to my gut and to music that moves me. Alright, we're almost there, guys. Just keep hanging on. We're almost there. So hopefully you guys are going along and writing down your things that you really, really want to do. We only have 2 more left, and then we're pretty much done with the envisioning process. So next I wrote, when I envision and practice my best self, I am practicing. And I'm practicing reading the Bible. I don't know how often I want to do this. I don't know if this is going to be like something that's led by me whenever I feel the need to read it, but I want to like turn to the Bible when I want to read it. You know what I mean? I don't want to feel forced. I want to feel like it's my choice. I am practicing yoga every single night. I want to start doing like a 5 to 10 minute yoga at the end of every night as like a stretch session, and just kind of working on my flexibility, working on things I want to work on, and I feel like it will like loosen up my body so that way I can go to sleep. I am stretching to improve my flexibility. I am meditating. This is something I want to start incorporating into my days. I have a hard time being quiet and sitting still, so this is something I definitely want to start just seeing if it helps, you know, with like anxiety and stuff like that. I am budgeting and sticking to my numbers. I am keeping promises to myself. I am practicing self-love, and I am practicing gratefulness. And for gratefulness, once again, this is something that will work really, really well with the new planner I bought, because at the bottom of every single day it says top 3 grateful. And at the end of every day, when I'm filling out the next day, I want to write down 3 things that happened to me that day, or something that like occurred to me that day, or anything like that, where I just was like, wow, I'm so grateful. Because once again, I do believe that gratefulness is like the opposite of anxiety and depression and sadness. You cannot be anxious and grateful at the same time, I promise you. And last but not least, I wrote, when I envision and practice my best self, I see a big, genuine smile on my face, because I just want to be like, when I picture 2020, I picture like a giant sunflower field and me in like a pretty dress just spinning around, smiling. Don't ask me why. That is my vision for 2020. Don't question it. And then I also wrote someone who is loving and accepting, because that's the kind of person I want to be, and that is the person that I think I secretly am, but I don't let other people see it as much as I should. I see a person who takes days for self-care, literally pampering myself, because you can't pour from a cup that is empty. And then last but not least, I wrote, has a body that is strong, loved, and accepted. Because this is something that I have really pictured for myself. When I envision my future self, I just see like strong, like strength. I don't know why. This is like the word that pops to my mind. Like, it's something that I really, really want, is just to feel like, damn, like my body is strong. I don't know why, but this is something that I really want. And loved and accepted, pretty self-explanatory. I've always had like weird relationship with my body, like not necessarily a terrible one, but I just want to feel like I love the skin I'm in, if that makes sense. So that's it for basically the manifestation portion and just like kind of thinking about my life, I guess. But I wrote out what I see for my life in 1 year. I'm not going to share them because they're a little bit personal, but I wrote down what I see for myself in 1 year from now, literally like down to a T, like everything I could imagine exactly 1 year from now in 2021, I wrote down. Then I wrote what I see for myself in 3 years on the 1st of January of 2023. I wrote down everything I could possibly imagine to make it as real as possible. And then I haven't done it yet, but I'm also going to do a 10-year one. Can you see it? So I'm also going to do a 10-year one and kind of just see how I imagine my life in 10 years. But I haven't done that one yet because I have a lot of things I want to see for myself in 10 years. I have to think about it a little bit. So for the new year, I wrote out my 10 new goals that I will be writing every single day. And I will share them with you because they're not that personal. They're all crazy, but they're goals. So I'm going to write them every single day. So if you guys haven't heard of the Start Today Journal process, basically you have 10 goals that you are working towards. And the trick is you write them every single day, but you write them as if they have already happened. And the reason why you write it in past tense is because it gives a lot more power to those words. So saying, I want to go to the gym every single day, you're putting all of your emphasis on the word want, and that's all your brain sees. But if you say, I go to the gym every single day, present tense or past tense, I have been going to the gym every single day, then your brain is like, oh, how can I make that happen? So that's the idea behind it. So my 10 goals are, number 1, I am a published author. Everyone knows I want to write a book. It's gonna happen someday. Number 2 is I have 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, which if you look at me now, I have 154 subscribers, I think. So when you write these goals, you are not concentrating on like tangibility. If this is something that you want to do, I have not written a page of that book that I will publish. But if this is something that you want to do, you write it down. And you write it down every single day until it's a reality. Second one, I have 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. We're just gonna leave that there. But the thing is, you can't write these down every single day and not wholeheartedly believe that they are true or that they will be true. So if you don't believe that you'll ever reach that mark or you'll ever be able to publish a book or whatever, don't write it down because there's no point. You have to wholeheartedly believe that this will happen. Next, I wrote, I have a strong, healthy body. Number 4, I wrote, I am debt-free. 5, I own a beautiful house with my husband. Number 6, I had my dream wedding with the man of my dreams. Everyone knows I have a wedding to plan. We got some hardcore manifestation coming for that one. Number 7 is I did 30 days of yoga with Adrian and finished them. Number 8 is I keep promises to myself. Number 9 is I have been out of the country, because I have not as of right now. And number 10 is I have run a 5K without stopping. So some of these are so far in the future that I can't even like grasp them right now, but I'm manifesting them. And some of them are things that I could easily accomplish this year, like doing 30 days of yoga with Adrian. I have been out of the country, I could do that this year. I have run a 5K without stopping, I could do that this year. So many of these things are things that I could attain this year, and so many are something that might be years down the road. But the idea is you're writing these things down every day in hopes that they come true. You feel me? And then I also left a little space at the bottom of my page that is just things I'm manifesting for 2020. I haven't actually written these down yet, but I'm just gonna fill it with like things that I want to happen in 2020 and goals. And then the rest of the notebook is just blank. So that's the end. So I hope you guys enjoyed this very long video. I already know it's gonna be super long to edit and probably end up being a super long video, but hopefully you guys will do this as well and make your own goals as well. I got this idea from a combination of a lot of people, Tori DeSimone, Rachel Hollis, Kayla Nicholson, a bunch of people that inspire me just kind of in one. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time, hopefully for a video with my fiance. I can't wait for 2020, this perfect year. It's gonna be a good one. I'm so freaking excited. Before you guys go, let me introduce you to my kitty. He might be upset because he's napping right now. This is Jojo. Bye guys.